Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Well, I've just got the show off to a fantastic start by playing yesterday's intro. There must be some bugs in the system, I think, and I'm also staring down the barrel of a very long day today. Not only do we have this morning's show, but the Construction Collective plus some special guests will convene at 6 p.m. tonight to look at the subject of skills, training and apprenticeships. I've only seen a fraction of the content so far, but I can tell you that it promises to be a very good show indeed, so I hope you can join us. So strap in, people. While I post the question of the day, let's roll the intro and get this show on the road. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I'm your host, Mark Anthony. It's Wednesday, the 9th of February, and as that remarkably persistent guy just said, welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, K-Tec has been acquired. There's a big bang in Alabama. A bridge will disappear before your very eyes. There's a glass of wine you'll be craning to see. We're also going to look ahead to our skills, training and apprenticeship show that will air live tonight at 6 p.m. And technology allowing, we'll also be blasting over to Coventry and the Executive Hire Show where Peter Haddock is probably standing by literally as we speak. But first, let's see who among the rich and the shameless will be celebrating a birthday on this day of days. Happy birthday! And it's many happy returns to Only Fools and Horses actor Leonard Pearce, better known to the world simply as Grandad, and also to Goodfellas actor Joe Pesci. Happy birthday also to Scottish footballer Gordon Strachan and Scottish golfer Sandy Lyle, to Frankie Goes to Hollywood singer Holly Johnson, and to actors Tom Hiddleston and Michael B. Jordan. Now, before we get into the meat of the show, I'm just hearing in my ear holes that Peter Haddock is about to join us live from the Executive Hire Show in Coventry. And it looks like he has someone with him who's going to shine a light on a brand new product. So while I'm getting the pair of them on the show, let's play Peter's theme tune. The Nick Drews double thumbs up. Morning, chaps.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, very good indeed. Thank you.
Good stuff. Well, Mark, we are at the Executive Hire Show today, and I've got Matt Llewellyn. He's the MD of the MHM Group. And basically, they have got a wicked product, which you'll see behind me, which is a street light, which is basically going to change the way in which we work on site. Far more sustainable, far more eco-friendly, far easier to actually use and place around. But I don't know enough about it, Mark. So I've got Matt Llewellyn here today, and there's two things he's going to talk about with us. One, he's going to introduce the product, and guess what? I'm going to be hosting that product on the Innovation Trail starting 10:30 today for the rest of the show. And two, we've got a special announcement to make. First announcement of the show, live with you on a new deal that will change the way in which the industry can work. Matt, tell us a little bit about this piece of equipment and what it's all about.
Well, site lighting in construction and rental has been around for a number of years now, and it's mainly been made up from mainly diesel lighting towers, small or large. But naturally, as we transition away from fossil fuels, solar lighting has to be considered. So we've addressed that massively as an OEM, and certainly tried to understand the practicality and the difficulty in applying this type of technology to a traditional construction site and to a traditional rental application. So our portable street light, I say it's portable, you could easily move around with a forklift or a telehandler or a high-ab, but it's not on wheels, so once it's placed and it's static. But you've got lots of features on that little solar light, which allows it to be very, very usable. You can move the LEDs in any direction, you can tilt that solar panel exactly facing south. You've got built-in chargers if you store them inside, we're not on hire. But naturally, because it's solar, there's no engine, you don't consume any fossil fuels, it's zero noise. So it's really, really practical. And this, we call it a street light because it's designed for low-level lighting. It's not going to replace a 9-meter tower light, but for certain locations on a construction site, whether it's a site compound itself or just like a little entrance, it's the perfect animal. So we're really excited to see how this will progress in the rental industry.
And what I've really understood today, Mark, is the fact that these guys are putting them on their fleet, that they can rehire to hirers so that they can get them out there so that everybody can experience it. But there's a slight problem with that, Mark. We all know that people like to take valuable equipment like this. And so, Matt, we've got another announcement today to say that you have a deal together with Track Unit, haven't you?
That's correct, yeah. So we've been working with Track Unit for a number of years. Because we run our own rental fleet, which is our rental division, which we only rent to rental companies, I should add. So we're very unique in the way we operate. But naturally, telemetry is a big part of fleet management. Number one, as a rental company, you can manage equipment and you know where it is. But number two, end user customers and contractors are requesting data and information. And so we thought it'd be wise to really take it to the next step with Track Unit. So as I mentioned, we've already worked with Track Unit for a number of years, but as our new equipment sales have increased over the years, naturally with our new equipment sales, people are asking for telemetry, and they're coming to us, the supplier, with advice and recommendations as to what telemetry they should use and how it should be portrayed and managed. So, I thought it was only right to partner with Track Unit. It was an obvious and right
And
decision.
Mark, I'm going to cut him off now because guess what? I'm literally going to shove him off off the shoot because I've got Charlie from Track Unit. I grabbed Charlie off the stand this morning and to say, look, Charlie, what is Track Unit and why is it so significant for the sector that you've done this deal with MHM Group?
Yeah, thank you. Well, Track Unit, we're telematics and tracking solutions provider. We work with a number of OEMs as well as hire businesses and end customers as well. And together with our partners, we ensure that everybody in the ecosystem can benefit from data-driven insights. So we're really delighted that MHM have chosen to partner with us. It's been a journey over a number of years now, which has led us to this point. And it's very much just the start and quite an exciting time for Track Unit and MHM Group.
And it's all about data. And guess what? I'm going to shove him out the way now as well, Mark, because I want to have a little thing about data. Data is really important, folks, that we get data right and that we get these insights. This has got this data show that we're in right now, the eco elements and everything. It's all being captured for the customers and their clients. So it's really important that you get reliable data, so that you have real-time data. So if anyone's nicking anything, that they can stop doing that and to the industry and ruining businesses as they do that. And so not just two things today, Mark, lots of stuff in the innovation trails. I'm glad to have shined a light on the new light and the importance of tracking to make sure that light stays in the space where I'm going to walk past it and feel safe on the construction site at night. Thanks, Mark.
Well, before you go, Peter, we've had a couple of comments here, both of them from Nigel Williams.
Who's the first one?
Nigel Williams, those lights will be awesome for illuminating the walkways and car parking around big, rapidly changing sites. And he then goes on to say, Track Unit have been a very good company to deal with, I found. The great thing with them is pin pads and tracking. So,
right, and some
compliments
positive comments there from Track Unit. So Nigel said Track Units have been a very good company to deal with. Found the great thing about them is the pin pads and tracking, and perfect for big sites. From another one of the listeners today, from Matt. Well, listen, they were sat down there, Mark. They weren't ready to come back on, so I'm going to have to take that for them, and I'll make sure that they watch the show clips later on and respond to anybody with any other questions.
They've probably taken offence to the fact that you shoved them off camera, to be perfectly honest.
That. I didn't even rehearse that.
Oh, you're power mad, sir. You're power mad.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks very much,
Have
Mark.
a great day, Peter, and I'll see you this evening.
Take care.
All the
Bye-bye.
best. Right, let's get this show back on track by playing this. Oh, bear with me. Let me get rid of something very, very quickly. Let me just kill that. So much going on today. So we start with the news that US scraper manufacturer K-Tec has been acquired by a company called Kinperium Industries, or Kimperium Industries, as part of a deal that also includes the acquisition of fellow scraper maker Ashland Industries. Our new partnership with K-Tec and Ashland is truly groundbreaking, said Bill Kostenko, chairman of Kimperium Industries. I probably should have checked how that's pronounced before I came on here, but this is breaking news, people. Ashland has a deep heritage of success in the agricultural and industrial construction markets, while K-Tec's quality, rugged earth-moving equipment excels in the heavy construction and mining markets. We believe that these complementary brands are well positioned to expand their industry-leading market share, and Kimperium looks forward to supporting the long-term growth of the organisation. K-Tec was founded in the year 2000, and its providing its customers with quality scraper equipment and earth-moving accessories to purchase through their authorised dealers around the globe. And certainly the authorised dealer here in the UK is SMTGB. K-Tec offerings include direct mount, train and ADT scrapers ranging from 21 to 48 cubic metres. Ashland Industries was established in 1953 and produces advanced dolly wheel, direct mount and dump style scrapers ranging from 3.25 to 26 cubic metres for the compact, agriculture and industrial construction markets. K-Tec actually merged with Ashland back in the year 2000. There is no word as yet from SMTGB on whether this will have any impact upon their distribution arrangements, but as soon as we hear anything more from them, you'll be the first to know. Before I go any further, I've had a comment here from Nigel Williams. Morning, Nigel. Can you pop a link up, please? Please tell me what link you would like popped up, and I will do my level best to do that while I'm juggling all these balls. And as you can already tell, I'm dropping most of them. And I'm just going to throw over to a very quick comment here. Hi, Mark. Great to be on the show. And if anyone needs any info, please get in touch with myself and my team at MHM Group. Well, thanks for taking part, Matt. Really pleased that you could jump on the show first thing this morning at a moment's notice. I actually found out that Matt and Peter were coming on the show via LinkedIn this morning. I had a comment. I literally had a comment come in and to say that they were looking forward to coming on the show, and I knew nothing about it whatsoever. Nigel, I've got some videos coming up in a second, so I'll tell you what I'll do. I will play the videos, and while I'm doing that, I can go and dig out the relevant information, and I'll fire that over in the chat in just a second. So let's get back to where we sort of were just a moment ago. What has it been? Few days, maybe a few hours since CDI last blew something up? Well, they're back, baby. And this time their target was a 112 metre tall FGD chimney at Plant Gorgas in Alabama. And this is how it went.
In the red.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
It's called Alabama, BAM, for a reason, you know.
Axoft and Svantec are your high-end partners for noise, vibration, dust and air quality systems, sensors and software. To find out more, visit axoft.co.uk or call 01234 639 550.
The design, specification and manufacture of an excavator bucket is a balancing act. The bucket needs to be heavy enough to withstand the wear and tear of abrasive ground engagement, yet light enough to maximise productivity. So if you could shave 166 kilos off the weight of a bucket, that potentially means another 166 kilograms more material with each pass. That would be great, right? Well. Now, speaking of people that make super tough buckets,
the Miller GT series heralds a new era of unrivaled power and cutting-edge intelligent coupler technology, increasing job site safety, machine versatility and productivity. It's the added versatility that you need at the value you can afford. To find out more, visit millergroundbreaking.com.
those fine folks at demolition contractor PP O'Connor recently demolished the Beaconsfield Bridge over the M55 motorway up in Preston. The project was completed safely within just 24 hours, allowing the road to reopen in an impressive 26 hours ahead of schedule. Like to see? Okay. That's a fantastic job. So congratulations to all at PP O'Connor and to their project partners at Costain and City Deal. Now, at 6 o'clock tonight, I'll be sitting here pressing buttons and asking quite possibly inane questions as we discuss all things skills, training, and apprenticeships. When you get to my age, balancing the necessary fluid intake against the proximity and availability of the nearest loo is really a science in itself. So by my side, I will have a large glass of water that I must remember to sip, not gulp. Those watching might prefer something a little stronger, a beer perhaps, or maybe a glass of wine. If you do go for wine, I hope you do so with rather less fuss than this. Now, if you were here yesterday, you'll know that I shot out of here like a scalded cat to head off down to Worthing to see my dad. And just quickly, speaking of Worthing, if you work for a rival organisation based in Worthing and you want to see what's actually happening in the sector, it's probably best not to spy on me through LinkedIn, where I can actually see you. Just saying. Anyway, the journey to Worthing usually takes about an hour, and I usually spend it listening to a podcast or an audiobook. But yesterday I had the dulcet tones of Mr. Peter Haddock playing through my speakers to keep me company. Now, I know he's a friend of mine. I know he's already been on the show, and I know that I'm going to be sharing airtime with him this evening. But even so, his latest podcast, it really is an absolute treat, quite possibly his best yet. And his guest on that show, funnily enough, is Nicola Bird, who will also be joining us on the Skills Show tonight. So if you'd like to do a bit of pre-show insight, or if you'd just like to listen to a really insightful conversation between two genuine industry enthusiasts, I've just posted a link in the chat so you can go and take a listen, do a bit of homework before tonight's show.
Sorry to interrupt the guy with the funny glasses, but if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button as it helps our channel. Or, better still, share this video with a friend or a colleague. Thank you. Right, back to Beardy.
Right, as I just mentioned, the Construction Collective is putting the finishing touches to this week's evening show that is dedicated to the subject of skills, training and apprenticeships. The show will be broadcast wherever you're watching this. Be here again at 6 o'clock because that's where it's going to appear. It's going to feature myself, Peter Haddock, who is hopefully beaming in direct from what used to be the Rico Arena in Coventry. He's actually staying at the show to be part of the show. We're also going to have influencer and former crane apprentice Katie Kelleher on the show as well to bring a bit of youthful enthusiasm as well. And obviously, Katie has actually been a crane apprentice herself. So rather than us talking about stuff that we've never experienced, we'll have somebody that's actually been there, done it, and got the T-shirt. In addition, our guests will include Sunita Jahal of the Construction Equipment Association and Nicola Bird of Bell Contracting, who I've already just mentioned. We'll also be joined by Kevin Minton of the CPA. We've also got lots of video footage from the likes of Lynch Plant and Flannery as well. So plenty to keep you occupied. So if you are around at 6 p.m. tonight, we'd love to hear what you have to say. That's what makes our evening shows as enjoyable as they are, because we get your feedback as well. Right, that should just about do us for today. If you can't stick around, I'm going to let me try that again. It's been organised chaos this morning. Peter had it come in at the last minute, has thrown me through a hoop, I think is the expression. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second before leaping gazelle-like, as ever, over into the chat to see what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around, please stay safe, look after yourself, your family, your friends and your colleagues, and do your best to join us this evening for the Skills Show. And thanks for watching. But if you do have the time, I will see you on the other side of this.